Chapter 1146. The precious item must be a worthy contribution. He was not willing to work for Manand, but it was a different story if he could obtain a suitable contribution. These things were hard to come by after all. Wilbur pondered and looked calm on the surface. He asked, "What kind of precious item?" Shepard replied, "I became a super sanctuary 10 years ago, so I started to challenge the elite cultivators of Manand. The last person I challenged was Maddox. That person is also at the super sanctuary level. He has an extraordinary wand that broke my domain. I was defeated by him." "A wand?" Wilbur frowned. Shepard nodded and replied, "The wand increases the power of his spells." It was astounding. Wilbur secretly felt giddy, but he looked at Lucia like he was troubled. He said, "Mr. Ambassador, he's a super sanctuary with a precious item. I'm afraid I can't help you. We know everything that happened here, Mr. Penn. You have the capabilities to fight Maddox. Of course, we won't let you take the risk for nothing. Our president said you will be knighted as a duke if you agree to help. The Hens of North Manand will be rewarded to you as your property," said Lucia with a low voice. Wilbur was silent. Being rewarded with a duke title and a piece of land was extremely hard to achieve in ancient times, let alone the modern times. Manand was willing to pay him handsomely, so it seemed like Maddox was truly a serious threat to them. They both pondered in silence. Lucia felt anxious and sighed. Manand had never knighted anyone as a duke and rewarded them with land before. However, Maddox was terrifyingly powerful. He had forces in the military and the political circles. Moreover, his personal cultivation was astounding. The president and the politicians all felt like Maddox could commit treason and take over any time, and it was likely for him to win. That was why the president kept thinking of solutions, but to no avail. Dasha suddenly reached out to them a few days ago. They said someone from the Department of Paranormal Research and Defense rescued his people in North Manand. They were shocked to discover what happened. Wilbur single-handedly overpowered the 4 clans. He killed 4 sanctuary-level cultivators and defeated a super sanctuary cultivator. Furthermore, the super sanctuary also became his follower. Everything pointed to how powerful he was. He would be able to challenge Maddox and help the president. Therefore, the president and the politicians had an urgent meeting. They planned to ask Wilbur to help by offering to knight him as the Duke of North Manand. North Manand had always been in chaos and hard to govern anyway. Since Wilbur was capable of controlling that place, they might as well give it to him as a reward. Moreover, they would not need to worry about knighting him if he was defeated in battle. Either outcome would be beneficial for them. That was why Lucia was sent to negotiate with Wilbur. He waited for Wilbur's decision. Julian noticed that they fell silent, so he chuckled and said, "Mr. Penn, the president is very sincere and agreed to a lot of terms for our nation. Our nations are collaborating on a deeper level. Please agree to help if you can do so." Wilbur could tell what he meant. Julian wanted him to help, so it seemed like Manand agreed to offer a lot of benefits to Dasha. He felt like he should agree in that case. He could acquire a suitable contribution, and his nation would benefit from it. It was a win-win situation. Wilbur felt like he should stop being stubborn. He listened to Julian instead and said slowly, "Since that's the case, I should accept it." "Thank you very much, sir. However, you can only challenge Maddox personally. You can't say we have anything to do with it." Lucia looked embarrassed when he said that. Wilbur only laughed. They were afraid that Maddox would find out and cause them trouble. The consequences would be dire indeed. It was understandable for them to make such a request. Therefore, he said nonchalantly, "It's settled then. I'll challenge Maddox as Trevor Penn. Shepard, go and spread the news for me. Say that I'll challenge Maddox in 10 days and welcome all Manand cultivators to watch the battle."